Hello, I'm cranking out the videos today. This video is going to be about the 4 types of divination. The most common that we come across is sortilege. Sortilege is anything like tarot, runes, casting dice, stuff like that. The second is omens. Omens is stuff like a bird flying into your window and dropping dead. Birds flying into the house. Those are supposed to be omens of death. A cat sneezing on a bride is supposed to mean that she will have a very happy marriage. The third type of divination is augury. Augury is similar to an omen, except that it doesn't happen spontaneously. Augury is done on purpose. It's something like reading the entrails or the liver of something. So it's still, kind of by chance what's going to be on the inside, but you're seeking it out and you're doing it on purpose. So, also, I think tea leaves would be augury. Candle magic. Candle magic can be a type of augury. Not the candle magic itself, but the reading of the way the wax burns. Reading the way the wax burns to see if the spell will work or not, or if it's burning more on one side or the other. And tea leaf reading is also in the same category. An interesting little fact that I found was that casting lots, divination, any type of divination done with sticks is called rhabdomancy. Dowsing is a form of rhabdomancy. The old school way of dowsing was done with a forked stick, but nowadays the more popular way to douse is to get 2 coat hangers and bend them into L shapes. It's pretty easy to do. I've tried it. I don't really like it very much, but it's not my forte. Also, an interesting form of divination I came across was black and white stones put into a bag. The black stones are supposed to mean yes, and the white stones mean no. The 4th type of divination is spontaneous divination. This is kind of my favorite. This is more of a gift of the spirit. It's something you can either kind of do or you can't. This can be developed with practice. You discover that you have this gift. You can learn to control it. You can learn to enhance it. It can be enhanced with certain aromas and things like that. Certain meditations. That's something like dreams, being able to see spirits, read auras, psychic abilities, and stuff like that. Bibliomancy is a type of divination in which the title has biblio in it. It does not, some people use the Bible. They would ask a question and open up to a random page to get their answer. But it is actually, bibliomancy can be done with any book. More traditionally, it's done with a holy book. More modern forms of a type of bibliomancy is televisiomancy. I thought this was really weird when I read about it, but from what I read, the author said that it actually really does work. He's used it. It's basically you do a meditation or ask a particular question, and when the feeling is right, you turn the television on, and your answer should be there. There was also mentioned computeromancy. Thought that was pretty weird too, but same idea as televisiomancy. These are just more modern inventions, but really, I guess you could do divination with anything if you really practice and you learn how to interpret the signs. That's really what it all comes down to, is really learning how to interpret what you're seeing, what you're hearing, and looking beyond what's on the surface. The example that was given in the book with the televisiomancy was, he was asking if his group that he started was going to be a success or not. And when he turned on the television, there was a car, a close-up of a car with a license plate with the same state that he lives in. I think it was Pennsylvania. And he was able to interpret that to mean that the group would be successful, and as the car drove away, he took that to mean that the people in the group would branch off and go in various directions, which they did. I don't know, I think that's a little bit broad of an interpretation, but, you know, it can be considered a successful divination. Let's see. I wanted to share this. This was a recipe I found for a successful fluid condenser. For those of you that don't know what that is, it's like it's a fluid that is used to conduct magic. It can be used to enhance magical ability. I came across it in reading about scrying and scrying mirrors. So what you would do is you would infuse a base oil with wormwood, star anise, and mugwort. So if you have, you have to infuse it, so you have to let it sit for a while to properly infuse. You take this and add to it your sexual fluids, either your own or yours and your partner's. It's up to you. And then you would apply this to your scrying mirror on the back, and it's supposed to enhance it. I think you could also use this with a pendulum, or use your imagination on other things, but it's supposed to conduct magic excellently. In trying to do scrying with either a glass ball or a crystal ball, or a mirror, or whatever you're using, the technique isn't to look into it directly. You need to kind of, when you get really tired and you're kind of staring off into nowhere and you're not staring at anything, it's just like that. You're kind of staring through and past the object that you're scrying with. And I have found that when I do that, that's when I have success. So I hope you enjoyed this video on divination. And have a wonderful weekend. Blessed be.